How you doing, y'all? Almost did the how you doing YouTubes right there. Change is hard. Matt here, Massive Beers. Yeah, back with a little bit of anniversary beer, hopeful goodness. Yeah, look at that. IPA Southern Swells 5th anniversary IPA comes courtesy of my boy Carson. Thank you very much, brother. He sent me off a big box of Southern Swells stuff, and this is the one. The stouts. He sent me pretty much a big, huge, a bunch of stout variants. Very interesting stuff there. But for some reason, this one kind of is just really curious. Small ABV. You're talking about 6.5%. Little India Pale Ale up in this piece. I don't know if my camera can focus on that. I'm gonna figure out the light situation a little bit better. There you go. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, let's dive into this sucker. See what we got. Awesome labeling. Their labeling has come leaps and bounds since they started drinking their beers. But essentially 5 years ago, they're 5 years old. Carson started sending me stuff pretty much when they opened. And it's weird that it's been 5 years of this. Let's do 5 more. But I really do dig their art design on their stuff now than it was when it originally came out. A bunch more. Let me unplug this thing. Get a little feedback on that sucker. It's annoying me. Yeah, I heard they're going for even a bigger kind of design change coming up shortly, but we'll see how that pans out. But one of the big leaps and bounds that they made since the last time Carson sent me stuff, so they actually had somebody to do all the printing correctly. Either they were creating the labels as a raterized image and having them printed at a low-quality image place or label place or whatever, but now all this tiny little lettering that you can barely see here, I could not read that, even just with my glasses up, which makes it was super hard to read. Now everything's crisp and clean. So, as someone who does that stuff for a living, I appreciate it. I got an itchy head today. Very dry. Coming in at what's the word? Coming out of winter into spring, it's kind of just like windy and dry and cold and all that kind of stuff. So, we'll see how this comes off. Like I said, dig on the labeling as far as the beer goes. Definitely looks a part of a nice big, rich, juicy New England. Look at that. Ooh, kind of IPA. Big, almost 2 fingers, tight, compact head. Just south of khaki color. It's not as white as it could be. Probably looks that way on camera though. But it's got that rich kind of orange hue to it. That soupiness. Yeah. Why is this off camera? Put it back there. Anyway. Yeah, looks the part of big old Hazie, but it's only 6.5. Nose. That smells really good. OJ with a dollop, little scoop of tang up in that piece. Very much kind of orange driven with a decent tropical fruit. That's basically what I'm seeing with that dollop of tang. So you're getting this kind of big citrus component, heavily leaning into pineapple. So oranges in the pineapple with this little bit of kind of star fruit, slightly kind of stone fruitiness too. So that's running the game. It's actually running all your 3 major players when it comes to this kind of fruit portion of the show with the IPA. No kind of perceptual bitterness, at least in the nose. A lot of times you can smell some kind of big green or something weedy or something along those lines that is kind of going to trigger you thinking it's going to come off bittering, but it really is more of just like a classic, at least in the nose, a classic kind of New England style, drop out all bitterness, kind of hazy New England style IPA. So, yeah. Let's dive in. Cheers. There's a nice bitterness there. I mean, this juiciness, fruit juiciness, this juicy fruitiness. There you go, a little bit of bubblegummy vibes. Juicy fruitiness is leading the show here. I don't want to say jump. We're still heavily dealing in kind of orange pineapple here, but that stone fruit really comes to a head. I actually went OJ, leaning the tropical fruit, touch of stone fruit. It's very much OJ, but very much kind of stone fruitiness. This soft little kind of tropical fruit vibes in the background. And this nice kind of just appropriate level bittering. It's not like anything's like over the top aggressive by any stretch of the imagination. But what it's giving you is just this really, 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 can I say really, really, like 19 more times, kind of nice soft bittering that just complements this kind of juicy fruit, kind of easy drinking, 6.5% hazy, that just ends up making it like creepily crushable in a very, very good way. This is really good stuff. Yeah, I dig that quite a bit. just that I think without that bittering, it's tasty, but it just doesn't have the same kind of impact to it. And I don't want to sit here and kind of dwell on that bittering, because it's not even like the first or second player in the beer. It really is more that fruit up front. This really nice silky mouthfeel, and that bittering is kind of like utilitarian, but plays such a smart role, such an important role of kind of being the thing that keeps the beer interesting afloat. It just doesn't come off as one note, and adds a little bit of kind of difference to the beer, and it comes off tasty, fun, dig it, I like it, I love it. Actually, it's quite tasty. Probably one of the better hazies I've had at this kind of ABV level for quite some time. I should say that, probably because I haven't been drinking all that much over the past several months. Is it Mount Rushmore status for me? No. It misses the mark just a bit on that, but it's worthy of being up towards the top. But it's a tasty, tasty, tasty beer. I forget what the price point on these. I know Carson always sends me off a little note with all the beers that he sends off about what's going on in this. I read it already, so... if I get it ready to be cheating. 5th anniversary, because Sabro and Citra, so that kind of makes sense. That fruit portion, I show that stone fruit, and that little bit of, now I'd want to say coconut, but it's more of kind of like a soft kind of pseudo-lactose to it. It doesn't have a price point written down here, though. I'm curious to see what you paid for this. Definitely let me know what you paid for this, because if you're giving this to me, 5th anniversary, 6.5%, 15 bucks. In a perfect world, that's great. A little bit more, maybe I buy it, but I just get a little bit of a fuss about it. 18 plus. A perfect world is actually 13 to 14, but anyway, pricing aside, it's really tasty stuff, and some of the best haze I've had out of Florida. Let's put it that way. A lot of people really dig a lot of the hazy breweries that exist in Florida. For good measure, there's some good stuff coming out of there, but there's also some stuff I'm just not a big fan of. That's not the case with Southern Swells. I really do dig their stuff from top to bottom, T to B, son, and this is definitely one of the good ones. So yeah, you know the rules. Let me know if you've had this. Yeah, let me know. I want to know. I want to know if you've had this. If you've had a bunch of Southern Swells, what do you think of the brewery as a whole? What do you think of their hazy game, their stout game, anything in between? Really curious, because they've been doing a lot of like mixed ferm, kind of fruited sour stuff, not the IPA kind of stuff, but kind of mixed culture-y stuff, and kind of expanding and evolving as a brewery. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think, and if you've had this one specifically, what you thought. How close are you to what I thought about it? That'd be a nice one too. Let's just chat. How about that? My name's Matt. I can rhyme. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.